What's going on, guys? CTG Matt back. I'm here for NBA awards today. Let's go. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new. We're starting off with the unimportant awards, I like to call them, the ones that we probably won't remember by next season. Starting off with Clutch Player of the Year, I have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Yay. I'm really going out on a limb here to predict Shai to win this award. That's who I would give it to at least. Shai is averaging 6.5 points per game in the clutch, which is the best in the NBA. Ant-Man is second at 5.7, so he almost has a full point over Anthony Edwards in the clutch per game. His efficiency in the clutch doesn't really taper off either. He's shooting 51.5% from the field, 35 from 3, which is a little bit lower, but not that bad, and then 83 from the free throw line, as well as still averaging about one whole assist per game too, which is also really good. So all things considered, he's averaging 6 points in the clutch, and then on top of that, another assist. So, that's about 8, maybe 9 points per game in the clutch. That's normal for him. That's pretty damn good. I'd say Ant-Man is also going to be up there in voting. He probably won't finish first, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the winner. Ant-Man will be second. The differentiator is obviously just scoring more. Shai is scoring more in the clutch. Executive of the Year, Bradley Ken Stevens. He just continues to do it. I know the hot pick would be Salah from the Hawks. I chose to go with Brad Stevens because, simply put, he continues to put forward a better than average roster every season. And I know a lot of people are going to give credit to Joe Mazzulla, but also it's Brad Stevens, too, in there. He's drafting the guys. He brought in Ron Harper Jr. Ron Harper Jr. was not somebody who was a highly touted guy. He brings in Jordan Walsh in the draft, who's really young, still developing, but is going to be probably a part of their playoff roster and playoff rotation. Hugo Gonzalez will be maybe less a part of the playoff rotation, but he's played a huge part this year. Brad Stevens drafted him late in the draft. He's managed to find quality role players no matter the circumstance around. They weren't bringing in anybody to sign this offseason. They actually lost everyone over last offseason. All they did was re-sign a couple of guys who they had to low-level deals or draft. Neemias Queta, he brought him in after he got waived by the Kings. The Kings waived him, I think, to sign JaVale fucking McGee, right? Brad Stevens brings him in. Neemias Queta's the starting center, okay? That's just what I mean by he gives guys chances because he knows that A, Joe Mazzulla knows how to use them, and B, he's confident that the system they put in place can help these guys develop and become positive players. So all in all, I'm giving it to Brad Stevens. He's had an incredible year, as have the Celtics. He put this roster in place that despite not having Jason Tatum for a majority of it, they stayed above water. They stayed afloat, and it's because they have about 12 guys that run deep. That's not just Joe Mazzulla's doing. That's Brad Stevens' ability to find guys that match the system and play well within the system as well. Coach of the Year, I have JB Bickerstaff. What he's managed to do and turn this roster around in 2 seasons has been nothing short of a miracle. He's made Detroit basketball more than just a joke and a meme, to be honest with you. Detroit basketball is back, and JB Bickerstaff is a huge reason why. He's managed to turn this young roster and make them mature enough to really carry them through an 82-game regular season. And on top of that, he's managed to provide a top 3 defense when healthy and one of the best rebounding units in basketball as well. He brings the toughness. It starts with him. I know the current odds are shifting toward Joe Mazzulla. Like I said before, Joe Mazzulla does deserve a ton of credit, but JB Bickerstaff, with the roster given to him, I didn't think anyone expected them to be as good as they are. The fact that guys have internally developed. Jalen Duren was an all-star, and I'm not sure anyone thought he had all-star qualities going into this season. JB Bickerstaff really helped the betterment of those guys. And on top of that, like I said, he's figured out ways to make net negative offensive players still be positives on the court, i.e. a guy like Asar Thompson. JB's also given chances to other guys that were just not really big in the rotation last year. Dennis Jenkins has come in and been another tough shot maker for them late in games, especially when Cade wasn't playing. Dennis Jenkins was closing games. JB Bickerstaff helps give him the confidence. That guy played 7 games last year, and now he's one of their bigger rotational players when it comes to when they need a bucket. The franchise loses Malik Beasley in the offseason, who just had their 3-point record. They adjust by bringing in Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert. I thought they're done. There's no way they can repeat that performance with Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert being added to the roster. Guess what? They've done better than last season, and it's not even close. He's taken what's been given with this Detroit roster, this Pistons roster, which isn't overly amazing. Let's be honest with each other. You look top to bottom at this Pistons roster, they aren't paying a ton of money for it. This isn't an expensive roster. This isn't a team like the Thunder that have like 12 players that are all really good. I'm not saying there's bad players on the Pistons. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that he wasn't given very many big names on paper. He wasn't given multiple all-stars before the season started. Instead, he's managed to turn and help Jalen Duren become an all-star. But he's also been able to help the other guys and put the other guys in the right position, the Javonte Greens of the world. Sixth man of the year, a lot of people are going with Jaime Jaquez that I saw. I looked at a CBS poll, and they had Jaime Jaquez as sixth man of the year. Whatever happened to Naz Reid? I chose Naz Reid. Like I said, a lot of people are choosing Jaime Jaquez to win it or Keldon Johnson. You go stat by stat, Naz Reid has better stats than Keldon Johnson, basically all around, points, rebounds, and assists, and blocks per game. Then I look at Naz versus Jaime Jaquez. Jaime has him in points per game and assists per game, I believe, but Naz has him in rebounds, blocks, steals, three-point percentage, VORP, BPM. A lot of the advanced stats lean Naz Reid. Personally, what my thought is pretty simple. Naz is more relied upon for them to be a good team. I think the Heat would still be where they're at with or without Jaime Jaquez. They're a decent team, not an overly special team. The Timberwolves without Naz Reid, I don't even know what seed they are, especially because they missed Anthony Edwards for a good portion of the season. They would probably do a lot worse without Naz Reid on their roster. Naz is averaging 13.5 points with 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists with a block and a steal per game. He shot 46 from the field, 37 from 3, and 73 from the free throw line. Naz is amazing. He's like 6'10", can take anyone off the dribble that he wants. He makes some really crafty shots, some weird floaters in the lane. Like, he takes some weird shots, but they go in, but he has the talent to take just about any shot. The Timberwolves trust him to do whatever with the ball. Tell me if I'm overthinking it down in the comments, but I feel like I'm just gonna take Naz Reid here. I think Naz Reid is more important to his team. I think he brings a ton of value. He is the backup for when the things aren't going well for Rudy Gobert. If Rudy Gobert is not playing well, they close with Naz Reid on the floor. They trust him. They trust him a lot, and they let him close games more often than not. I'm not saying Jaime Jaquez never closes games, but what I will say is that he's going to struggle more to close games because of his lack of shooting. Let me know down in the comments if you have a different sixth man of the year, but like I said, maybe I'm just overthinking it here, but I have Naz Reid winning the sixth man of the year trophy. Most improved player, I have Ryan Rollins, and I know Nickeil is a very popular one. Nickeil had just gotten a decent extension, albeit underpay comparatively to what he's worth now. Ryan Rollins, to me, was a guy who was genuinely almost out of basketball less than a season ago. Really, if you think about it. I mean, 2 teams had gotten rid of him for nothing, albeit one because he was stealing from Target. But if I blankly described to you a guy who was caught stealing from Target, had trouble with the law, and was a 44th pick in the draft, and was averaging sub 5 points per game at some stops, would you say that guy lasts in the league in the NBA very often? Would you say he has a long career? Probably not, right? But last season, he shows a little bit of signs of life. In 56 games, he averages about 6-2 and 2 with a steal per game. That's not bad. And he shoots 41% from 3 last year. But again, only 6 points per game. That's very limited shot attempts. This season, it goes up to 17.5 points per game, or 17 points per game, with 5.5 assists and 4 rebounds per game with a steal and a half. Still shoots 41% from 3, though. He goes from 6 to 17 points per game, and he's still shooting 41% from 3. He's been incredible as a shot creator for the Bucks. I think the Bucks actually had a couple of guys that could have been in not most improved player, but had Cormac Ryan gotten a little bit more run, he might have been up here too. He was hooping at the end of the year. He jumped 11 points per game while doubling his assists and rebounds per game and adding another half a steal to his averages while still shooting 41% from 3, the same as he did last season on limited attempts. I know this has been a really rough season for the Bucks. I think it's right for them to take home one award because Ryan Rollins, like I said, on a blank piece of paper, if I saw a 44th pick, trouble with the law, stealing from fucking Target of all places, he probably wouldn't be in the league in my mind. He'd probably be bouncing around a little bit, but pause, bounce either way. Ryan Rollins has found a home in Milwaukee, and he's probably going to get an extension, good number, and he's probably going to be one of their building blocks if, and ideally when, they move on from Giannis Antetokounmpo. Defensive Player of the Year is pretty obvious. I don't want to spend too much time on it. It's Victor Wembanyama. He would probably win Rookie of the Year just about every season if he was healthy, the first 2 of his career, I believe. So, yeah, I don't think anything's really going to change here. The Spurs defense is 13.5 points better per 100 possessions with Wemby on the floor. That's the 99th 90th percentile. He has a block rate in the 100th percentile, literally nobody higher because he leads the league in blocks again for the third straight year now. Steal rate in the 70th percentile, despite being about 8 foot tall, not being able to really get down to the guards that are dribbling around him, still in the 70th percentile. Effective field goal percentage around the rim, opponent effective field goal percentage around the rim, down almost 5 whole percent with Victor Wembanyama on the floor. That's the 96th percentile. So the easiest shots in the game, shots at the rim, typically just don't happen when Victor Wembanyama is on the floor. They don't even try him anymore. I'm sure there's like a whole Twitter account dedicated to Wemby's gravity and like plays where guys do not test him at the rim. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before, but Rudy Gobert will be coming in second in this. Like I said, I didn't want to spend too much time on it because Wemby's just frankly unbelievable. And now here's where the discussion begins. Has he monopolized the award now? Now that he has won, if he were to stay healthy next year, could you see anybody on earth knocking Victor Wembanyama off the Defensive Player of the Year mantle? Leave that one down in the comments. That's another one I really want to ask. Will there be another DPOY anytime soon, or will it just be Wemby running full monopoly on this? For Rookie of the Year, I still have Conrad Kneppel, 19 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists, while still shooting 48 from the field, 43 from 3, and 86 from the free throw line. I wanted Cooper Flagg to win this award, I can't lie to you, but I wanted to give it to Con. Why did I want to give it to Con? Because he just broke a shit. I mean, they both broke records. All right. I gave it to Con, though, because his efficiency is just unreal. The guy's almost shooting 50, 40, 90 splits as a goddamn rookie. That just doesn't happen very often. I know people are going to be like, 48's not that close. 86 isn't that close. They're really good efficiency splits for a rookie. Con broke the rookie three-point record. Absolutely shit on it. And then also broke the Hornets three-point record as well in a single season. Took that from... who was that? Quentin Richardson. His efficiency from 3 is unreal. He takes 8 per game and shoots 43%. That's just goofy shit. He helped the entire outlook of the Charlotte Hornets franchise damn near overnight. This was a franchise that I don't want to say was a laughingstock, but they were pretty damn close to it for a few years, a majority of my lifetime actually. Con comes in and really helps reshape their franchise. He's a stabling force as a rookie. Very odd. Stabilizing force. How about that one? The reason why I gave it to Con is because he's been consistently the same player all season. Cooper Flagg, it hasn't been his fault, albeit, but he has not been the same player all season. He started the year at point guard, clearly out of position. It did not go well, even though it led to later progression down the road, basically. But it didn't go well, and that kind of hurt him at the beginning of the year with his efficiency. His three-point percentage just hasn't been great, but he finishes at the rim like a madman, so I don't really tax him that bad. But he goes from playing point guard, he starts striving, and then the injury comes. Like I said, I just like Con because it's a front-to-back, end-to-end season for him. Coop missed time, struggled at the beginning, albeit he cleaned up really well at the end with the 50 and the 40-point game and just a bunch of ridiculous scoring games, but I still want to give it to Con just because it has been a front-to-back, really solid season from Con. There's been no real lull. And lastly, my most valuable player will be going to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The guy's averaging 31 points per game, probably on better efficiency than last season. I'm going to say probably, but yeah, it has been. Last season, he shot 52, 37, 90 splits. Those are really good, and he won MVP, obviously, leading the league in scoring. This season, Shai is at 55, 38, 88 splits. That's better. They're just better all around, except for the free throw numbers. More efficient, still averaging 31 a game. Ridiculous. That's just out of this world. How are you shooting 55% from the field, averaging 30, and you aren't a center? You get how ridiculous that can be? Doesn't happen very often. It's almost 50, 40, 90. He's been very close the last few seasons to a 50, 40, 90. Remember when I said I really like Con Kneppel's rookie season because it was bookended, front to back, really good rookie season. There was no real struggle in the middle. That's kind of why I'm choosing Shai as well. Front to back, Shai never had a real down part in the season. There wasn't a part in the season. There wasn't a week-long stretch, a 2-week stretch where I'm like, damn, he just doesn't look right. That never happened in Shai's season, but it did happen in Nikola Jokic's season. And this is where I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to put a tax on it if you watch the game versus you didn't watch the game, all right? When Jokic came back from his injury, I know he missed 16 games. That's a long time. But when he came back from his injury, Nikola Jokic was not playing that well, believe it or not. And again, this is where I'm pulling out the fact that you had to have been watching the games to know this, because Nikola Jokic is going to put up boggling stats regardless. But I think it was the 15 games I pulled after Nikola Jokic's 16-game absence, the guy was shooting sub 30% from three with 4.5 turnovers per game. Now, you're still going to look at it and say he averaged like 26, 12, and 11. Not even 11. He was averaging 9 assists. I remember the stats specifically. He was averaging 9 assists and about 4.5 turnovers per game. It was a 2-to-1 assist turnover for Nikola Jokic. Not great. But coming off of injury, like I said, he just was not himself. He wasn't Nikola Jokic. The impact wasn't there on the floor. Shai never had that point in the season. You can call me mind-numb to Nikola Jokic's numbers. I promise you I'm not. He's going to be the first guy in NBA history to lead the league in rebounds per game and assists per game. It is baffling what he did this season. But what I will say is that what Shai did this season was also incredible, taking Wilt's 20-point record. That matters to me. Another thing that I really disliked, the Nuggets defense this season was below middle of the pack. They've been about 18th area. They were in the 20s for a little bit as well. Nikola Jokic plays the most important defensive position in the sport. Let's be honest with each other. And so when their defensive rating is in the 20s for a good bulk of this season, I'm not saying it falls solely on Nikola Jokic, but when the fans say Aaron Gordon's out and that's the reason why we're bad defensively, that worries me a little bit. That guy plays the most important defensive position and has to rely on Aaron Gordon as the only way they can be net neutral defensively. I know Jokic fans are very mad in the comments. Trust me. He's the best player. I still think he's the best player in the world, on the world, whatever you want to say. I think Nikola Jokic is number one. I believe same thing as the Ringer, I believe. I think they still have Jokic number one. If you generally ask me, Nikola Jokic is number one, but he is not the MVP this season in my mind. Shai, from start to finish, was really damn good. Can't say the same about Jokic. Now, I also have all-NBA, all-defense, and all-rookie teams ready to go. We're going to start off with the all-rookie team as well. First team, all-rookie. Rookie, all-first, whatever you want to say. First team, Con Kneppel, Cooper Flagg, VJ Edgecombe, Maxime Reynaud, Cedric Coward. Con, Cooper, VJ are going to be the top three in Rookie of the Year, undoubtedly. And if you want to put Ace Bailey in there over a Cedric Coward, I don't blame you. But I'm not taking Maxime Reynaud out, and I don't feel bad about it. The last 2 months of the season, Maxime Reynaud was a double-double machine damn near. I think he was averaging about 17 and 9. He won Rookie of the Month last month. Cedric Coward had a really good rookie year as well. Just a really productive season for him. A guy that I didn't think was going to be as good as he has been. I'll fully come forward and say it. I'm not one of those people to say I always believed in him when I know for damn sure I didn't. I was not the biggest Cedric Coward guy. Damn, he proved me wrong though. He can hoop. All-rookie second team, Ace Bailey, Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, Dylan Harper, and Colin Murray Boyles to round it out. Ace Bailey has an argument to go on first team. I think he's stamped on second team, if not first. He might make first. I'm sorry. I'm not leaving Maxime out. Jeremiah Fears, although he did have efficiency struggles, he's been really, down the stretch, he was really, really good scoring the ball. I believe in Jeremiah Fears a lot, even though he turns the ball over way too much at times. I really believe in him. Derek Queen had a very rough end of the season, very rough, but albeit a full rookie season. He did hit the rookie wall, it seemed, after midseason, so I'm not going to, kill him for that. Dylan Harper, who's been very productive just about all season. He's gotten better as the season's gone on. If there was another month of the season, Dylan Harper has an argument to creep up on first team, but unfortunately, regular season just ran out. And then Colin Murray Boyles, who was a really fun rookie from South Carolina that I really, really enjoyed coming into the draft. Small ball center for the Toronto Raptors, plays good individual defense, helps rebound a little bit. He's only 6'9", but he's been playing a center role for them, and it's been working out pretty well. I like Colin Murray Boyles a lot. All defensive team. First team all defense. Wemby, Rudy Gobert, Asar Thompson, Chet Holmgren, Scotty Barnes. That would mean my top three in Defensive Player of the Year voting if I had a ticket would be Wemby, Rudy, and Asar. I'm completely fine with that. Asar Thompson is a demon. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of his. Chet Holmgren is a very good rim protector. He's not with the Wembys and the Rudys of the world for rim defense, but he's still damn good at it. And then Scotty Barnes is just your all-around great defender. He does everything well. He can steal. He can get blocks. He can get deflections. He can play good man defense. He just does everything really well defensively. I like Scotty Barnes a ton, and I believe I had him as a Defensive Player of the Year type of guy if Wemby didn't make it to 65 games. Second team all defense, Derek White, Dyson Daniels, Stephon Castle, Amen Thompson, and Cason Wallace. Brothers make all defensive team. That's pretty fun. Derek White's an elite defender who has an argument to go on first team if you really wanted to make it. I didn't, but I believe he is very versatile. I don't think he ended up getting to it, but he was, I think, like 2 blocks away from being the first player in NBA history to hit 200 threes and have 100 blocks in the same season. That would have been incredible. I think he finishes 2 blocks away, I believe. Dyson Daniels, the Great Barrier Thief, man, he just does that. You know, I don't know if anybody watches Smiling Friends, but it's very DJ Spit. You know, Dyson Daniels is the Great Barrier Thief. He's been averaging 2.5 steals per game, I think, over the last 2 months. Incredible. Stephon Castle is the Spurs' best perimeter defender, and he's damn good at it. Stupid athletic. Like he has vert dunks that you just don't expect. He has hops. He's quick. Great hands. He's very tough. Like, he's a really good ball defender, and he helps the Spurs. He is their best perimeter defender. Amen Thompson is probably the Rockets' best perimeter defender as well, just like his brother. You know, I just don't think he's all as defensively good as his brother, but he is offensively better than his brother for sure. And then Cason Wallace and Gromit. That's my guy. Cason Wallace is another turnover machine like Dyson Daniels. I really like guards that force turnovers. That's like one of my favorite archetypes. And Cason Wallace is simply one of the best at that in the NBA. Now, my petition to the NBA is pretty simple. I think there should be a third team all defense. Why? There's 3 all-NBA teams, and there's more elite defenders than there are guys deserving to make an all-NBA team, in my opinion. So if I had to give out a third team all-NBA ballot, I would have OG Anunoby, Kawhi Leonard, Evan Mobley, Bam Adebayo, and Luguentz Dort. Very wing and big heavy on that third team. I love OG Anunoby. I really wanted to get him on here, but I like guys that force turnovers more, and OG is just a great man-to-man defender. Like, he's just a big brick shithouse. Now for all-NBA teams. All-NBA first team. Shea, Yoke, Wemby, Kawhi, and Jaylen Brown. A couple of guys missed it due to game regulations. That's tough. Luka, Cade. There's a bunch of guys missed it just because they were at 64 games or whatnot. So yeah, Luka's out, and so is Cade Cunningham. They both probably would have made first team if they played 65. Kawhi Leonard making All-NBA first team. I don't remember the last time Kawhi made an All-NBA team. Did he make it in 2021 or whatever, the year that he was healthy, kinda, with the Clippers? I don't remember the last time Kawhi made All-NBA first team. I don't, but it's fun to see him back. And then Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's probably going to finish top 5 in MVP voting, so he should make first team. Second team, Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Maxey, Kevin Durant, and Jalen Johnson. Brunson and Mitchell are going to be tied to each other for as long as they're both in the Eastern Conference, because it feels like they're just right there. Best guard in the East talks are like right there, you know. And then Tyrese Maxey's up there. He was averaging 30 for a while. Maxey, Brunson, Mitchell feel like they're in the same area of player. You know what I mean? If I had to list out the top guards in the East, they'd be like right next to each other. Kevin Durant, year 40, still averaging 27 a game. Efficient at the you-know-what. You know Kevin Durant. And then Jalen Johnson led his team in points, rebounds, and assists. So yeah, he definitely deserves that. Walking triple-double, and has led the Hawks to the late-season success and the season turnaround that they've been on. Third team All-NBA, Jamal Murray, Karl Anthony Towns, Denny Avdia, Jalen Duren, Scotty Barnes. Again, a bunch of these guys probably ain't going to make it if, like, Luka's on here or Devin Booker didn't even make it. Yeah, so a lot of these guys wouldn't be my first option. I'm going to just come fully out and say, like, Kat, Denny, Scotty, Jalen. I don't know if they're making it if the normal guys are healthy, but hey, if you don't show up for the 65 games, you ain't getting an award, bud. All around, the 65-game rule really threw off my ballots, which is why I had to re-record this video. Yeah, I know some people are going to be like, this was a repost. Technically it is. I'm reshooting it today because, yeah, a bunch of guys, Devin Booker missed a 65 game. He was on my ballot. And I believe Wemby was still a worry of whether he was going to make it, so I had to kind of refigure that out. Either way, we are at the end of the video, and if you enjoyed it, you should like and subscribe to the channel. Playoffs are starting soon. I do playoff commentary, so you should stay for that if you're interested. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to go catch the game. I'll see you guys in the next one.